My role is a unique one at this point in time as a career Foreign Service officer who is attached to the Commerce Department to advise a combatant commander, in this case the commander of U.S. Southern Command, about opportunities for new engagements with the private sector in ways that enhance our ability to do a better job of working with partner nations in the military and partner nations in the region to enhance security in the interest of providing greater economic prosperity.
My job is to engage with the news media, to engage with community groups, and to engage with advocacy programs that may exist that supports U.S. Southern Command in our mission here in Latin America. And what that means is that we work with our partner nations, about 31 nations, protectorates, and territories in the Caribbean and Latin America to help bring security and prosperity throughout the region.
I served 37 years in the Army. More significantly, my contributions in my last 15 years or so as a general officer came into play. I commanded U.S. forces in Bosnia for a year, 98 to 99. I then went to the Pentagon, and for 2 years I was a senior Army staff. I was a 3-star at the time. Senior Army official on the Headquarters Department of the Army Staff.
Think about the perspective that we take on innovation and how we think about innovation. We're starting to extend this well beyond traditional corporations and the innovative activity that they do. We're taking it beyond that to the domain of the military, for instance, and government, and thinking about how government organizations and an organization as complex as the military can think about, changing their mission and changing their organization to be more innovative.
There's great value in partnering with Kellogg and the Kellogg Innovation Group. This is a natural progression that I believe will occur throughout the Department of Defense. 20 years ago, there was legislation that brought the services, each of the individual services in the Department of Defense together. The Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and Marines. We then move on to coalition operations. That's the United States working in concert with our partner nations, Argentina, Brazil, Chile, the Dominican Republic, all through the region and the hemisphere. And it's a sharing of ideals, it's a sharing of values, and it's just a common understanding so that in the event we do need to work together further down the road, we have that common bond.
Innovation plays a key role even in something like a defense industry where you got a comfort zone that's a mile wide because what you have is proven. You're winning wars, you got the greatest men and women ever to wear the uniform in this country, you're giving them the best tools and they deserve the best. But you just can't confine yourself to that. You got to keep thinking about what's better, what's better.
In our region of the world, looking at it from what I'm now doing, you're looking at a struggle in this country as we confront difficult economic times to renew a commitment to prosperity for all. And in the Americas, a region that had not had quite the benefit of broad-based prosperity before this downturn economically, we're looking at ways we can, not as the military, but as part of a civilian agency effort from the U.S. government and with the private sector, allow people to have that opportunity to grow and do things in a free and fair way so that they can take care of their needs and their needs of their families.
In 2007, we had the U.S. naval ship Comfort, a hospital ship, only one of 2 in the United States Navy, that deployed on a 4-month cruise throughout Latin America, visited upwards of 12 nations, and saw over 200,000 people. They performed medical procedures, surgical procedures, eye care treatment, veterinary procedures. They brought great smiles to the faces of children. They relieved pain and suffering of some of the adults and the elderly in these countries. And I think we went a long way to gaining a lot of friends, not just for the United States, but for the United States Southern Command.
Through KIN Global, or the Kellogg Innovation Network's Global Summit, we're taking a much more expansive view, an ambitious view of innovation in the context of global prosperity. And the idea here is to think about how we can make the world a better place and how business schools can become the facilitators and enablers of this dialogue at a higher level, the dialogue between corporations, governments, NGOs, and entrepreneurs, all around how do we raise the economic well-being of a larger population.
Global prosperity is helping us move nations at that may not have the advantage of all we've had, helping them move up a notch or two on the economic ladder. We've got an awful lot to be thankful for, and I guess one of the great things about this country is that we made it ourselves. And I think if we truly are the only world superpower, and in many different ways, not just military might, part of being a superpower means helping enable those who wish to be like us achieve that kind of goal.